It's time, chat. It's time. It's here. The notes. Oh man, Sandalphon joins the fight. All right, everybody calm down. This is not a drill. Okay, battle and online matches. Character level cap has been increased from level 999 to 2000. Man, that right there is so hype. I thought for sure that was gonna be it, that like, you know, level 999 is gonna be it forever, but man, that's amazing. Level rewards have been added from level 500 and beyond. Man, that's so cool, because it was actually so fun getting those little rewards for leveling up. That means all of us who are at level 999 have like a backlog of rewards. Like as soon as it comes out, we're just gonna get rewards out the gate. New stage, survival mode. Hey, we got a new screen. Wow, that is so cool looking. Wow. So with survival comes a brand new home screen. That's awesome. Yeah, survival mode looks cool. It's kind of like that mode in Street Fighter 6 where things get crazy. Like in the developer diary, they showed it. It was like, you know, they showed like a giant sheep attacking you. Like it looks like all sorts of crazy things can happen. Following features have been added to button configurations. Oh yeah, man. So this is a big one. You can now decide to turn charge attacks off. So you can literally turn Charlotta, Vaseraga, and Eustace into regular input characters. Like, isn't that insane? Like anybody that has a charge move, you can just switch that to just be an input. Like, isn't that insane? And then they're doing the same thing with these moves as well. Like, man, that's crazy. That's really, really crazy. Community features, they're adding clans. We're actually gonna have clans. We're calling it crews. So we'll be able to make a crew just like we did on Street Fighter 6. That's really, really cool. It says you can have up to 100 people. Nice. Very, very cool feature right there. Room matches and online training feature has been added. So yeah, online training, dude. How sick is that? So now if you have a friend that you want to get into the game, or you know, if you just want to, you and a friend just want to lab, you can go online and lab with a buddy. Amazing. Oh yeah, new game. They added a new game, this little like bullet hell shark game. That looks pretty cool. It looked cool in the developer diary. Like, definitely want to check that out. Like, that's just going to be available like in the lobby. New stuff in the shop, weapon skins, character illustrations, lobby avatars, stages. Sheesh. Yeah, a whole bunch of stuff. Special content. Nice. Nice. Yeah, the for those that missed it, the Narmaya and Zeta costumes are coming back around. The costumes from the battle pass. So I think they're going to be cycling all of them. So if you missed them, you'll be able to go back around and get those. That's great. Training mode. Oh yeah, they're adding a gauge to training mode that's going to show you the combo limit. That's amazing. Combo limit. So now you won't have to guess like, oh, if I do this, are they going to flip out? If I do that, are they going to flip out? You actually have a little gauge at the top that'll like build up, and then when it's maxed, that means like that's as far as your combo can go. That's amazing. New story mode stuff. Ranked match players will now be removed from standby if the match timer runs out without player input. Thank you. Thank you. Like, now people won't be AFK in the matchmaker ruining your day forever. Thank God. Granblue's getting a whole bunch of stuff, so hopefully that'll bring Granblue's back to life, because we do love ourselves some Granblue's. But oh man, okay, but enough of all that extra stuff. I mean, all that stuff was really good, but now on to the actual battle changes. Okay, here we go. Battle changes and character adjustments. This is the big one, bro. These are the big ones. So these are going to be the system-wide changes. Building upon the adjustments made in version 1.5, the primary focus of this update is to further refine and balance the risk and reward aspects of gameplay, making necessary improvements to enhance overall game balance. For all characters, we have implemented changes to brave counters, invincible skills, and counters. Specifically, we have increased the rewards for players who successfully anticipate and block or evade these moves, thereby making such actions riskier to perform. Brave counters, also known as guard cancel. Here we go. This is the big one. Everybody's already been talking about this. This is the huge one. Brave counters are a universal action that, despite costing bravery points to perform, have been highly effective and powerful reversal options. While it is possible to block a brave counter, blocking one would still result in frame advantage, leading to scenarios where players would counter brave counters with their own, creating a loop that undermines strategic gameplay involving bravery points. Yeah, that's 100% true. So if you don't know, or if you haven't been keeping up lately, basically when you guard cancel, you were plus. Like, you were very plus. You're like +6. Like, hella plus. So if I'm doing a block string on you and then you guard cancel me, it's 100% your turn, even if I like bait it. If I do like button, wait, and you guard cancel me, it's your turn, even though I baited your guard cancel. So what started happening, especially in like higher level play and tournament play, is people would do button, wait. If you guard cancel me, then I guard cancel you back, and then you could do it again. So yeah, it created like almost like those vanish loops in Sparking Zero. That's what it kind of was like. It was a guard cancel loop, and it just wasn't very cool. To address this issue while preserving the effectiveness of Brave counters as a reversal tool, we have adjusted them to grant them frame advantage to the blocking player. The properties of Brave counter on hit and counter hit remain unchanged. Okay, so if you actually get your Brave counter, it's still really good. It's still a really good and fast get off of me, but you don't steal a turn anymore. Like, if I Brave counter you and you block it, it's not my turn. You get to keep your turn because you baited me. And I mean, that's gonna be huge. That's gonna change the entire way this game is played, like, completely. But it's something that a lot of people were complaining about. People really did consider the guard cancel in this game demonic. Invincible and counter skills. We've implemented adjustments to skills with invincibility, including armored invincibility on startup, as well as certain skills with guard point properties and skills that counter incoming attacks. This includes skybound arts and super skybound arts. Wow. Previously, these skills were difficult to punish even when successfully blocked or dodged. To address this, we've adjusted the frame advantage and pushback on block, making them easier to punish. Wow, that's a big one. Yeah, like, that's a thing in this game, is that supers, like level 1s and level 3s in this game, are pretty hard to punish normally. Like, they either push you back or they recover almost instantly. So wow, that's interesting that they're finally targeting that, like, to be able to punish supers more effectively. Additionally, to increase the inherent risk of performing these actions, any hits taken during the recovery will now count as a counter hit. The goal of these changes is to ensure that players who successfully defend or evade these powerful skills are appropriately rewarded. Man, yeah, that's really, really big, man. They're giving it the Street Fighter V treatment. In Street Fighter V, that was a big thing that game implemented. Like, when you block a DP, you become in a counter hit state. So yeah, that's pretty huge. Character balance. As a result of these universal adjustments, some characters may become relatively stronger, while others may be significantly affected. Okay. With these potential outcomes in mind, we have also implemented some individual changes to characters to maintain overall game balance. On the whole, we've reduced the effectiveness of characters who have possessed overwhelming strengths, actions that were difficult to punish, or skills where the rewards heavily outweighed the risks. Yeah, that's what they said last patch. These changes are aimed at improving the overall competitive environment. Conversely, characters and mechanics that struggled to find their footing have been enhanced, focusing on increasing their utility. In line with the extensive adjustments made in version 1.5, this update introduces significant changes to game's overall balance. We will continue to fine-tune as needed, incorporating player feedback to guide future adjustments. So basically, they want the game to be balanced. Like, they want this to be a balanced, competitive game, is what they're saying. And I agree. That's a good outlook to have. So here's the actual nitty gritty here. So Brave counter, block stun has been adjusted, reduced from +6 to -2. Man, yeah, that's big. That's a big one, man. That is like that's probably the biggest change this game's ever seen. That's even bigger than the 6/6L change from a few patches back. Like, this is the big. I'm really curious to see how this game is going to play with Brave counter being -2. It's gonna be just, man, that's so huge. Skills with invincibility and startup are now counter hittable at the end of the action, counter hittable during recovery. So yeah, all supers and DPs are gonna be counter hit state. That is, so basically, to put it simply, defense has been nerfed. This is an overall buff to offense, because your guard cancel's not as good, and then your reversal attacks are riskier. So now this game is just inherently more offense focused, and we will have to see if that's a good or a bad thing. But yeah, basically so far, defense defense itself has been nerfed, and it's going to take some time to see the effects of that. All right, here we go. Character time. Let's do this. Start with Jonathan, of course. All right, Jonathan, what do they do to you? John Granblue. Gran is a simple to use character with straightforward skills since his offense tended to have a relative lack of variability. Variability? Okay. Okay. Radiant Lave and Skybound art. Tempest Blade have been adjusted to improve the range and his space control. So like that makes sense. Like I guess they just want him, I guess what they're saying, basically they're saying he's boring and they want him to be a little bit spicier. I saw the little breakdown in the developer diary where you can no longer roll out of the way of Regenlave, so that's kind of crazy. L Regenlave now launches foes on hit. Medium projectile now launches foes. H launches foes. Lateral knockback reduced. So basically Regenlave is like way better now. Overdrive surge, lateral knockback increased. And then Tempest Blade, start up to the second hit has been reduced by 2 frames to make it easier. Yeah, they want you to be able to do his super on hit confirm a lot more easily. And Catastrophe pushback on block reduced, that's to make it punishable. Man, I like this here. I like how it says universal adjustment. That's really nice. So yeah, I mean, Gran, I mean, he's gonna be granning. He's still gonna be, yeah, he's still gonna be Timberland Man. We'll have to see how that pans out. I feel like his changes are ones I would want to see rather than read, because yeah, it's mostly like they buffed his projectile and then overdrive surge. So yeah, we'll have to see how that pans out for him. Djeeta, oh wow, basically no changes. Okay, Djeeta, only bug fixes and universal adjustments. The pushback on her super and then Skyfall had a bug fix. Okay, wow. Djeeta's exactly the same. Okay, interesting. Okay. Katalina. Katalina's 1.5. Oh, in patch 1.5, Katalina's light wall was significantly improved to curb the amount of distance gained by combos, including the use of Wall of Light. The distance she travels with Wall of Light has been shortened. I mean, that Wall of Light was crazy, bro. As a result, uncharged Wall of Light mid-screen can now only be followed up with far-standing light. Since Ultimate Frozen Blade gained increased reward across all distances, the recovery time has been increased to make it more disadvantaged if blocked or evaded. Katalina's ability to follow up on hit has not changed. Okay, so Light Wall of Light now causes the screen to pause briefly when blocking a foe's attack. This change does not have an impact on the frame advantage and only intended to make it easier to tell when the attack was successfully blocked. Okay, that's cool. So it's like a visual cue so you can actually tell like, okay, I got him. Light Wall front step, Katalina now stops more quickly when using front step to approach the foe after light wall attack, resulting in her no longer being able to follow up with close range attacks mid-screen. I mean, that's fair. She's not just getting in on you for free and using close buttons. She's gonna use far buttons now. That seems pretty fair. Ultimate Frozen Blade, block stun has been increased by 1 frame. Recovery has been increased, so the total frame advantage is from +2 to -4. Okay, I mean that's fair because I mean that is that's a full screen projectile. So it not being +2, it's being -4. Now it's not punishable; it's just negative. Fair. Hit stun has been increased by 7 frames. The change is intended to prevent changes to the follow-up actions due to the increased recovery frames. Okay, so they still want you to get your combo when it hits, but they don't want you having pressure when it's blocked. So yeah, it seems like Katalina will still be as strong as she is now, just a little less overbearing. Charlotta, oh man, what did they do to the gremlin time? Charlotta's jumping U was relatively difficult to utilize. Oh, while L Holy Letter had few use cases, both have been improved. To make it easier to combo jumping you on hit, the knockback when used with a vertical or backwards jump has been reduced. The landing recovery for the L Holy Ladder has been decreased in order to reduce its risk if blocked. Wait, read that again? The landing recovery for L Holy Ladder has been decreased in order to reduce its risk if blocked. What? Bro, it already recovers so fast. Hello? Additionally, in order to allow players to take better advantage of its high clash level, it's now easier to follow up when hitting or countering attacks at height, making it more effectively combo punish and anti-air. Huh? So her light DP is even harder to punish now? Okay, I mean, that's a interesting... It's an interesting idea, I suppose. Like, okay, jumping you, knockback when used vertical or backward jump reduce so you can combo off the jumping you more easily. Holy Ladder L. Downward strike no longer hits grounded foes until the third active frame. This change is intended to prevent frame advantage differences between standing and crouching foes. Oh, so it'll be the same. Frame advantage for standing and crouching blows has been adjusted to -4. Pushback for the second hit has now been increased. Charlotta will not be pushed back when blocked near the corner, however. If you say so. M Holy Ladder, however, MDP, recovery on block, has been increased by 8 frames, changing the advantage when crouched from -7 to -15. Whoa. So the M version is hella punishable. Hit stop for the downward strike has been increased. And then same thing for the H version, hella punishable. It's -15 instead of -7. Okay, so the M and H versions are very punishable. And then the ultimate version is super punishable as well, -16. Okay, I mean, I'll take that. I'll take that. All the other versions are way easier to punish except for the L version. Okay, because yeah, -7 before was crazy anyway. Lancelot, only bug fixes. That's crazy. Delta Leap is a bug fix. And then his reversals here. Okay, I mean, I guess they didn't want to give him anything. I guess they didn't want him to become a problem again. Percy, whoa, Percy is only bug fixes. Okay, I mean, he got buffed into the sunset, so I mean, no pun intended. So I mean, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, we don't complain. Bug fixes only for Percy. Okay. Ladiva, yeah, she got overhauled last patch too, so I guess they don't want to go too crazy. Bug fixes only. Okay, man, a lot of bug fixes only here. Metera, okay, here's a lot of changes about Metera. Here we go. Metera's forte is long-range combat. To give her an easier time to make the best of such situations, we reduce the startup of Starry Sky and Starry Sky High and Low, making them easier to combo into from Metera's long-range normal attacks. Additionally, Ultimate the Great Fall can now be used even if the projectile from L, M, and H versions are still on the screen. Whoa, allowing her to counterattack in much wider range of situations. Whoa. Okay, so far standing H startup has been reduced 15 frames to 13 frames. Starry Sky reduced to 10 frames. Wow, so her high projectile is 10 frames now, and then the low projectile is 11. Wow. And then she's allowed to have the Great Fall on the screen while projectiles are on the screen. Whoa. This revertible hitbox has been expanded. The same change was made in version 1.5 to make it easier to follow up into a combo, but we've made some adjustments for stability. Wow. That's for the H version. Then Ultimate version can now be used even if projectiles from L, M, and H are still on the screen. Whoa, man. Okay, I mean, I feel like that's pretty substantial. But both her H being faster than her projectiles, both being 2 frames faster, I think is going to go a long way. That's just like, I don't know. That's pretty darn good. Lowain, dang, Lowain, only universal adjustments, dang. Nothing for Lil Wayne. Okay, Lil Wayne, nothing on that end. Ferry, okay, man. This character in the last, man, they probably went over Ferry with a fine-tooth comb, man. They're probably like, you know, they were probably like razor focused, because what they said about Ferry in that last patch made everybody mad. Like, they had to re-release the patch notes because people were so mad. So yeah, let's see what they said this time. Like, I'm pretty sure they reread this and typed it out perfectly, because yeah, they don't want to cause another riot like they did last time. Okay, let me see. Ferry's normals have been improved with the aim of bolstering her mid-range pressure. I like it already. We reduce the startup and recovery of her far-standing light and her crouching medium? Whoa! Whoa! Crouching medium, that's her god button. That's crazy. Reduce startup and recovery? Oh, hold on, we might be Ferry mains in season 2, making them less risky if evaded, as well as improving their ability to keep foes from closing in. Holy cow! Whoa! The startup and recovery of far-standing M has also been reduced. Bro, maybe, whoa, are they under new management? Maybe they don't hate her. Oh my God, maybe they don't hate Ferry. I thought they hated her. I was like, bro, just remove her from the game if y'all hate her so much, but hold on a minute. In addition, the forward hurt box for the first 2 active frames have been shortened and the clash level's been increased. This should make it more difficult for opponents to interrupt it with pokes. Dang! Ferry! Similarly, far-standing H, the forward hurt box prior to the hit activation has been shortened and the clash level's been increased, also making it more difficult for opponents to interrupt with pokes. Dang! Okay, Ferry! So, close-standing M clash level increased to match crouching H, allowing it to beat aerial attacks and be more effective as an anti-air. They're spinning right now. Close, mediums, and anti-air. Spitting, bro. They're spitting. Far-standing light, startup reduced from 8 frames to 7 frames. Follow up with crouching L and dash L is unchanged. Recovery has been reduced by 3 frames. Frame advantage from -5 to -2. Wow, so you can poke somebody with 5L and be -2. Bro, Ferry is a character now. She's a character in the game. Far-standing M startup reduced from 10 frames to 9 frames. Recovery reduced by 2 frames, making it from -10 to -8. Forward hurt box reduced, clash level increased. Far-standing H startup reduced. Crouching medium startup reduced. Man, wow. Okay, dang, Ferry, this might be her time. This might be her time. Zeta, man, I have not seen Zeta on the screen much at all lately. Zeta has been kind of MIA, TBH. For Zeta, we've increased the launch height of her downward follow-ups from her H Spear of Arvis to soften the execution and timing requirements when used in combos. We've also reduced the parry frames for L, M, H versions of Rhapsody, thus requiring its follow-ups be input earlier. This should give Zeta's opponents more room for counterplay. Oh wow, so she got nerfed? Oh, okay. Dang, bro, not hating on beautiful Zeta. What do you gotta do, Zeta, bro? Y'all gotta keep nerfing Zeta. Jumping you, bug fix, H Spear of Arvis, launch height increased. I mean, that's a buff. Rhapsody, parry frames have been adjusted. This change makes it so the follow-ups can be input on the 26th frame. And so, wow, let me read that again. We've reduced the parry frames on L, M, and H, thus requiring its follow-ups to be input earlier. This should give Zeta's opponents more room for counterplay. So basically, they just nerfed her counter. Okay. I mean, that's not too bad. They did increase the launch height of her launcher, though. That's good. That'll be better for her combos and her hit confirms. And yeah, the execution barrier will get lower. So Zeta, that's kind of a mixed bag. Kind of a mixed bag on Zeta. We'll have to see how that pans out in the end. Vaseraga. Universal only. Nothing for the boss man. Naru. Fan favorite right here. Significant changes to Naru's U transient in patch 1.5 made it difficult to understand the skill's strengths. So we're adjusting it again by shortening the forward hurt box for the startup frames 11 through 13 and making it invincible from frame 14 until the end of the action. It should give her a clear offensive option to use against projectiles at long range. So ultimate transient, 4 hurt box for the startup frames 11 to 13 have been shortened, now invincible from frame 14 to the end of the duration. Okay, so she got a slight little buff. Okay, I mean, I feel like she's in a really good spot, so any buffs that she gets at this point are definitely only going to help, because yeah, she's already, I feel like she's doing pretty well right now. Soriz, universal only. Nothing for the punch man. Zooey, oh man, Zooey, man, most downplayed character coming through. Patch 1.5, we adjusted Zooey's jumping U to make it an easier inclusion in combos. This time we're following up with that adjustment by adjusting its hitbox so that it whiffs less frequently. We've also removed the pushback on Zooey during Summon Dragon Heavy Breath. Previously, training normals into Heavy Breath could sometimes leave her too far to continue the combo. For Summon Heavy Dragon, the mid-air hit for all but the final hit has been increased by 20 frames. This should make it easier to follow up at close range and hit even if the final hit doesn't land. So basically, they buffed her combo game. So jumping you, vertical hitbox expanded forward, so that's going to help with her combos. Summon Dragon, Zooey is no longer pushed back during the active frames. That's going to help with combos, because when they get launched up, you'll be able to run in more easily. Summon Dragon, Sweeping Breath, aerial recovery on hit for all but the final hit has been increased. Man, so they just want Zooey to be comboing you. Dang, so she just got a whole bunch of combo buffs. Okay, well, good for you, Zooey players. You're gonna get even more combos now, I suppose. Oh man, Cagliostro. In patch, we toned down Cagliostro's ultimate spare body, a powerful invincible reversal. However, we found that it's still relatively difficult to punish compared to the U version of characters' other invincible reversals, so we're increasing its recovery to bring it more in line. Due to Ars Magna resetting the combo limit, it was previously possible for Cag to continue comboing after Skybound Art. To match the behavior of other characters, Ars Magna no longer resets combo limit. I mean, that's fair. Dang, so it's only nerfs. It's just nerfs. No, dang, dude. Okay, so ultimate spare body recovery increased by 10 frames from -30 to -40. Okay, Ars Magna. I mean, Ars Magna, like level 1, not resetting combo limit. I mean, that was a glitch anyway. That shouldn't be like that anyway. And everything's coming up. Cagliostro, pushback on block reduced. Yeah, that had a lot of pushback on it. Her level 3, like that pushed you like mid-screen. Like you literally had to spot dodge to punish that. So dang, yeah, only nerfs for Cag. Oh well. Okay, Yuel, what do you got? To increase the reward of down light during third dance, we've increased the mid-air hit recovery and launch height. For the same reason, it can now also be followed up with M, third dance attack during the second half of the action on hit or on block. Yeah, like we saw that in the developer video. Like basically, you get like a better combo situation out of her stance now, which is cool. Additionally, we've increased the parry window for Eye of the Sparrow to make the timing for countering opponents' attacks more lenient. It will also hit invincible opponents, giving UL more counterplay against invincible skills. The total skill animation is unchanged. So yeah, you can parry reversals now. So if she's on your wake up in her stance, that's a problem, because you can't just be like, oh, I'm gonna just DP, because she can counter it. So yeah. When blocked at close range, Starlit Sky left UL at frame disadvantage, meaning she was often forced to make high-risk choices such as chaining into Hanarashi. We've increased the pushback on the third hit to leave more distance between her and the opponent, shifting the skill's identity more toward being a neutral tool. So basically, UL got some buffs. I don't know if the UL community is going to love these buffs or not, but yeah, stance got buffed, launch height increased on the flip kick, can now be followed up by a M. I mean, that's basically what people wanted. Eye of the Sparrow, universal adjustment. Starlight Sky, increase the pushback. And then Ultimate Hanarashi, startup has been reduced by 2 frames. So yeah, that's pretty good. There you go, stance got better. Hopefully people are happy with that. Uno, what do they do to this mysterious character that hardly anybody plays? Only universal adjustments were made, but special consideration for Arm of Bastion has been listed below. What did they do? Hits taken during recovery now count as counter hits. Hits taken during the parry will count as regular hits. Okay, so he's all about parries, and they changed parries around. So I guess they don't want him to be destroyed for going for parries. I mean, I guess that makes sense. They don't want you to go for a parry and just explode, because I mean, that's his whole kit, is trying to parry you. Eustace, universal changes only. 6, universal changes only. Vira, universal changes only. Bubs, let's see. Bug fixes, universal changes only. Sheesh, man, this is the universal changes patch. Belial, man. Okay. All right. Do the right thing. That's all I'm gonna say. Do the right thing here. Y'all better do the right thing. Belial's a character equipped with standard skills designed with some twists to create advantage for applying pressure to mix up opponents. In version 1.5, we made various adjustments to his skills, but the combination of his normal attacks and skills resulted in him being able to exert much stronger pressure than intended, really. In order to maintain his explosive potential when outplaying opponents while preventing his neutral gameplay and offense from becoming too dominant, we're making adjustments to both his normal attacks and skills. Let me hear it, let me see it. We've increased the pushback on block from his crouching medium. Standing ovation. Creating more distance between Belial and the opponent, thereby reducing his pressure potential. Thank God, dude. That low forward, that plus low forward, so toxic. So toxic. Give me that pushback, bro. We have adjusted far standing 8 so that the opponent can no longer enter guard motion when the first hit activates, making it easier for them to keep distance by stepping back. I love it. This patch is amazing. I'm on board. I'm down for it. I love this. This is the best patch ever. We have reduced the block stun for H go so that Belial's at a disadvantage unless he follows up with everyone's a little crooked. As a result, using everyone's a little crooked as a follow-up to H go now creates a gap that can be interrupted. Yes, sir. The L and M versions remain seamless for a true combo. The U version had also become an overly powerful tool, providing consistent advantage from any distance, whether on hit or on block. To address this, we've adjusted it so that it now travels forward and causes pushback on block, creating more distance between Belial and the opponent. Its properties remain unchanged upon a successful hit. Nice. Okay, so they finally nerfed this fella, and I mean finally. Oh my God. Crouching medium pushback on block increased. Thank you, Lord. Far H pushback for the first hit increased. Thank you, God. No more. This no longer has a proximity guard on it, so when he whiffs that first one, you should be able to like walk backwards and whiff punish him. No more just mashing H from a distance and you get put into like a guard animation. Universal adjustments. And then Gotia block stun reduced by 4 frames, going from +2 to -2. Yes, sir. Everyone's a little crooked now travels forward, causing pushback on block. Everyone's a little crooked. Blocked projectile now travels the same distance as when whiffed. Yes, sir. Notoria, universal. So yeah, definitely. I don't think anyone would disagree. Absolutely deserved. 100% deserved. Avatar, universal changes only. Sheep. We reduced the startup time for Anila's H, Flock to the Future, making it easier to incorporate into combos from normal attacks to longer ranges. Man, more sheep buffs? Oh my goodness. How strong do they want this sheep to be? This should increase the distance at which Anila can chain into combos near the corner. Wow. To balance the increased return caused by the startup change, we've also shortened Anila's rebound distance when blocked, making it easier to punish. Oh, okay. So, you know, give and take, a little bit of give and take. Flock to the Future startup reduced by 2 frames, so it's better in combos, but pushback when block reduced and rebound distance reduced, so you'll be able to actually punish it. Okay. Siegfried. Oh man, this fella got changes? I thought he was gonna be universal only. Okay, what'd you do to this war criminal? Siegfried's H and M Masanger were highly effective invincible skills that were difficult to punish even when anticipated. Hell yeah. To balance this, we've adjusted their animation so that they now end if the first hit whiffs. However, behavior on hit and block remain unchanged. Oh, okay. That's cool. So, okay, so if it whiffs, you'll be able to just run up and punish him, and he'll be counter hit state. Nice. L, M, and H, Orkan, the window for punishing the stance cancel was too short, so we have increased its animation by 4 frames. The adjustments increase the risk of punishment upon canceling to offset the reward of landing a follow-up attack. Wow, more nerfs. The L and M versions only. This does not affect situations where the stance is canceled quickly. It only applies to Siegfried fully enters Orkan's stance. Additionally, we have increased the startup time for H and U Orkan so that they no longer combo from a far-standing L attack or the second hit of his sweep. This change reduces the effectiveness and low-risk, high-reward pokes in neutral. Okay, so basically, Siegfried got nerfed again. Okay, I mean, I'm not gonna complain about it. So H from Singer animation now ends if it whiffs. That's so that you can run up and punish it. U, same thing. Orkan startup increased. Man, yeah, I wonder if Siegfried players are upset right now. Yeah, this fella got nerfed. Dang, they nerfed him in the last patch. They nerfed him in this patch too. Dang. Okay, I mean, I feel like all things considered, he'll still be really good. He's just gonna be a little bit harder to play, because it's like right now he's just, you know, he's so easy. Like this is gonna be like you can't be as careless right now. You know, you can't just be throwing out reversals and just, you know, stance switching whenever you feel like it and feel like, you know, you can't be punished. This is kind of like telling people like, hey, pump the brakes. You got to play a little bit smarter. And I respect that. Grimnir. Uh-oh. Did Zane get him nerfed? If this is nerf, it's all your fault, Zane. Grimnir's playstyle is characterized by his combos and movement options involving his Wind Crest skill. While he can overwhelm his foes with a barrage of attacks under the right condition, the damage output and SP gauge increase were sometimes excessively high. Uh-oh. And some adjustments have been made to address this. The utility and strength of Ultimate Wind Crest, when used as a follow-up to H Winds of Temptation, Void Light Erasure, could result in excessive damage and pressure. To address this, we have adjusted the mechanics so that follow-up actions to these skills performed before landing are now treated as cancels, scaling their damage output and eliminating the 25% SP gauge recovery on hit. Whoa! Oh my god! Whoa! So if I'm whoa! If I'm reading that correctly, that means on his like go-to setup, he's not gonna get a refund anymore. He's not gonna get a meter refund because it's gonna be treated as a cancel all in the same combo. Whoa, no more refunds, bro? Dang, that's really gonna hurt his set play a lot. Windcrest will now appear behind the HUD for better visibility for the HP bars and skill icons. That's interesting. We've also reduced the distance covered by Ultimate Deathrite Tempest on hit or block by shortening the travel distance from the second hit onward and reducing the pushback of the third hit. The wall bounce effect has been increased to make follow-ups more consistent when performing it mid-screen. Bar standing H recovery has been increased by 5 frames. Jeez. From -9 to -14? Dang, Zane. Zane, my buddy, you cooked too hard, my man. You cooked too hard. Dang, dude. This has gotta stop, man. This has gotta stop. Like, man, this is the same thing that happened to Oscar. This is the same thing that happened with Oscar. If somebody goes offline with an underused character in cooks, the devs are like, wait a minute, hold on. We didn't know the character could do this. Nerfs. It's just like, dang, bro. You get punished for taking a character to their limits. That's insane. Ultimate death right. Travel distance on second hit onward reduced. Pushback at third hit reduced. Void Light Erasure actions taken before landing are now considered cancels. That's the biggest one right there. Man, so as long as you're in the air, it all counts as one big canceled combo, so you cannot refund. Man, dang, that's crazy. They shot this man. I mean, I guess. Nier, I mean, this is fair. Nier got like completely and utterly like, you know, she got reworked to the extreme. I have not even fought a Nier since she got changed. I literally have not fought Nier one time since they turned her into an actual puppet character. So yeah, it's crazy. Lucy, oh man, I know they're coming for this fella. This fella has been on a tirade, bro. He's the most used character in the game, basically, and he's the most used character in Master Rank by far. Let's see. Lucilius is a character who ramps up in strength by raising his blade level through the use of skills to reach his true potential. Although each of his skills has a long cooldown, his blade level would rise even if skills did not hit the target. This allowed him to focus solely on defense while raising his blade level safely. Yeah, you could literally like whiff blade skills and like still get your blade level up. It's kind of crazy. I mean, I said could, you can. To address this, we've made adjustments to his blade level mechanic. The increase to blade level now depends on whether the skill hits, is blocked, or whiffs. Whoa, that's big. If the skill is blocked or whiffs, the amount of blade level gained is halved. However, the amount gained upon successful connection remains unchanged. Okay, so basically they're slowing down how fast he gains blade level. So if you whiff a move, or if it's blocked, he's only going to get half of what he was getting before. Blade level rise on block and whiff has been decreased, yep. And on hit has not changed. That seems fair. That seems very, very fair. Teresa, timing for the blade rise has been split into two parts, half on activation and the other half on reappearance. Total blade level rise has not been changed. Okay, that's fair too. And then everything else is universal. So honestly, this is hard. I don't know how much this is going to really affect him, because once his blade level gets up, he's just going to be a problem anyway, but it's not going to go up as high, so maybe he'll be a little bit more fair. We'll just have to see. This one's a wait and see for sure. 2B, our resident guest character. What has she got? A15 Volt became a powerful defensive tool that could also be used to interrupt gaps in the opponent's attacks, giving it a stronger role than intended. To address this, we've adjusted the skill so that Pod no longer produces a hitbox if 2B is hit prior to the hitbox generation. Wow, okay. So basically when she has like the whatchamacallit around you, you don't have to worry about getting zapped. Because yeah, that was like, basically the zap would hold you hostage. Like you literally couldn't move. So yeah, that's a good change. That's a good change. Vane, man, let's see what, like, oh man, he only got a little bit of stuff. Let's see, because a lot of people say that Vane's not good. I mean, I don't know if I really agree with that, but that's what people say. Travel distance to Lowain has been increased, making it easier to incorporate into combos when you are further away from the opponent. So Vane's travel distance has been increased. The spacing for determining a close range hit has not been changed. Okay, so basically he got one change to help him with his combos. I'm not sure if that will be what people are looking for, but we shall see. Beatrix, the actual most used character in the entire game, no changes. I mean, she got her own emergency patch, so it kind of makes sense. No changes for her. Versusia, no changes. Wow, I'm surprised. And last but not least, the mouse. We've reworked Vikala's unique attack, Dream Come True. Yeah, we saw this in the developer video. I actually love what they did with it, but let's go ahead and read it. This previously conjured items at random for her to use. The skill's random nature could make games feel less satisfying. Oh boy, did it. Especially when it negatively affected the match. To give players more strategic control over Dream Come True, we've added an icon beneath Vikala's health bar to display when the item will appear next. So yeah, that is huge, and they actually showed it off in the developer video. She gets like a cool little UI underneath her health bar that'll tell you what the next item is. And not only that, it rotates. So it'll be like star, then it'll be like cannonball, then it'll be like, you know, the smoke bomb. So it's like while you're playing, the item up there will just be like constantly changing, so you know exactly what you're going to use. And if it's an item you don't want to use, you can just wait a little bit and it'll cycle to something else. So that alone is going to make her so much better, because the whole like guessing game functionality of her kit was kind of whack. It really held her back a lot, especially with, you know, doing combos or like block strings. You really just basically couldn't, because it was just so random. But now, as they said here, which is very true, you can actually be strategic with this character. Like, okay, I know the cheese is about to come out, so I'm not going to shoot it at them and give them meter. Yeah, exactly. No free healing. Like, yeah, no, not going to just accidentally heal people anymore. The cheese and heart items now possess a hitbox before reaching the ground. While they don't deal damage, they do inflict hit stun, enabling Vikala to perform follow-up attacks upon connecting. Their respective gauge and HP restoration effects remain unchanged. That too is really, really good. So basically what they mean by that is if you fire the cheese out of the cannon or the hearts, or presumably if you throw them, they will have block and hit stun. So if you do a combo, let's say the cheese is up, and you do a combo and you shoot them with the cheese will still relaunch them. That way you don't lose your combo, because that's huge. Because in the game right now, if you shoot the cheese at them, they just absorb it and your combo drops, and then they can get up and start hitting you, or, you know, they just get up and start going crazy. But now they'll actually get relaunched, and if you're doing a block string, the cheese will actually push them back now. When before, again, if you did like EX cannon into EX cannon fire, the cheese firing had no block stun or hit stun, so they could immediately start hitting you. But again, now they won't be able to do that. So those two things together are going to make her a completely different character. You could basically say like this is Vikala 2.0, because between knowing what you're going to have and the, you know, the healing items actually being usable in combos and block strings, the whole way you play her is going to be revolutionized now. The visibility of the health bar and skill icon has been improved when placing a cannon in the air with Dream of Attraction. The cannons now appear behind the HUD when placed in mid-air. I'm gonna be honest, I never really noticed that. I never really noticed the cannons blocking the HUD at all, but I mean, if that was a problem, I respect it. Now it's behind. The travel distance of Gilded Heaven Strike has been increased, making it easy to incorporate into combos even when you are further away from the opponent. So yeah, I mean, this is big. I think she's the biggest winner of this patch, honestly. Like this is, I mean, she got mega buffed. like mega buffed. So yeah, this is huge. Dream Come True. Next item is now displayed on screen. Items will update after a set period of time. Yep. Oh, first item will always be the ball at the start of the match. Wow. Okay. So you have a starter item? Dang. Cannonball damage increase. I forgot about that. They're increasing the damage of stuff too. Cannonball damage increase. Bomb damage increase. Spike ball number of hits increased. Cheese has a hitbox. Heart has a hitbox. Dream Attraction can now display, oh yeah, the cannons are behind the health bar. Rodent Rhythm bug fix. Gilded Heaven Strike travel distance before attack has been increased. And then Eccentric Parade pushback reduced. So man, yeah, Vikala definitely biggest winner of this patch, hands down. Man, so yeah, that is everybody. Wow. Definitely not as big of a patch as I was expecting. I feel like the previous patch was definitely bigger than this, but I do appreciate that they're kind of being careful. I feel like they didn't want to rock the boat too much, because we saw what happened, and they probably saw it too. We saw what happened with Strive Season 4 when you rocked the boat too much. Like Strive Season 4, they went a little too crazy, and the game just ended up being a broken, disastrous mess, you know? Like a complete and utter disaster. So the fact that they're kind of being a little reserved, like, I can appreciate. And I think the big thing to take away from this, though, is while a lot of characters didn't get any sort of insane changes, the system mechanics have changed a lot. Like the way DPs work and then guard cancel, it's gonna be, the game itself is gonna be way different off of that. Because a lot of these characters, because like, just think about it like this, right? Like Lance, he didn't specifically change, but just think about Lance on your block now with no guard cancel to save you. So it's like, you know, that's very, very different in and of itself. I think they're being extra careful because of how much they changed the system mechanics. I can appreciate that, because it's like they'll probably see how things go from here and then make more changes in the mid-season patch. And I definitely appreciate that, because I don't want season 2 to be like a disaster, because, you know, we got a new character coming that's going to add a lot. The system mechanics changed, that changes a lot. And then some of the characters did really change a lot. Yeah, Belial got shot, thank God. Belial got shot, so that's big. Ferry got buffed, so that's big. Vikala again, mega buffed. Who else got buffed? I'm trying to remember. Zooey got buffed. Metera got buffed. Yuel got buffed. So Jonathan got buffed. So yeah, overall I feel like it's a pretty good patch. I'd give it, like, if I were to rate it, I would say like maybe like I'd give it like a 7 out of 10. Like, probably not the most exciting patch ever, but it is gonna shake up the game a lot. You said a 6 or a 7? Yeah. I'd give it like a 7, like, because the game is going to be a lot different due to the system changes, but the character changes are not as drastic as I was expecting. But yeah, we're definitely going to have to wait and see how season 2 plays out. Either way, I am really, really hype.